That is awesome, dude. Look how red he is. That's real animal style right there.
Look at that.
That is a day maker, baby. Oh, look at that.
Real Animals, presented by Contender Boats.
This week, our Real Animals adventure took us back to one of my very favorite places, South Seas Island Resort on the island of Capt. Just a beautiful place and an absolutely gorgeous day. Hey gang, today I'm back at beautiful South Seas Island Resort. We're down here in Capt, Florida. My main man, Captain Ozzie Fisher's taking me fishing today. Ozzie, what do you think is going to happen today? What's the plan?
The plan is we're going to start off fishing live bait, try to get some redfish and snook, and then we'll throw some artificials, and then we're going to hopefully maybe do some sight fishing for some big trophy snook.
Sounds like a great day to me.
If it all works out, it will be a good day.
You know, my good friend Captain Ozzie Fisher, one of my favorite guys to fish with in this part of the state of Florida, he had given me a call and said, you know, hey, we've had some red tide, we've had some kind of bad water, but the bite's really, really good. We've had a really, really big push of red tide on the west coast of Florida this year. In some spots, it's really hurt the fisheries. For some reason, some areas where our redfish bite has been off the last couple of years, those redfish have kind of grouped up in some of these areas, and the bite's been absolutely outstanding. Some of the best redfishing we've had in the last couple of years.
What are you getting? There you go, Mike. There's a redfish, Mike.
Sure is.
Nice how you start a morning.
Well, you know, that's what happens if you fish with the Oz man. That boil on the water with the sun coming up. Nice job, Oz.
Yeah. We can only start every morning like this.
Well, I'll tell you what's really encouraging is you can sit here and have a conversation about how bad the red tide's been in this particular area, and yet here we are catching fish on a beautiful morning.
Oh yeah, I've still been having some really good fishing. You gotta put your time in, you gotta find the fish. Like I said, when we get on them, they've been eating, you know, they're hungry.
You know what my belief is that these type of natural disasters, nice fish, Oz.
Yeah.
Really a nice red fish. Ooh, big explosion.
There, let me help you out here, Mike.
I don't know if he's quite ready yet, Oz. Oh yeah, nice fish, look at that.
Yeah, nice 26, 27-inch fish.
Pretty red dog. Pretty red dog. Pretty
Nice.
red dog.
Oh, nice redfish. Come here, we're gonna let you go. There we go. Nice redfish.
Look how pretty that is.
You caught a rare one, no spots.
That's all right. That works for me.
There she goes.
Nice job, Oz.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh boy.
I'll
Good
take
to see you, pal.
Good to see you.
One of the things that got me into fishing down here in Florida to begin with was, you know, chasing redfish around in skinny water, beating the bushes, throwing artificials, throwing live baits, that big, beautiful, bronze-bodied fish coming out of the water. I don't think there's anything that excites me more than the possibility into getting into some of those big redfish. And whenever I fish with Ozzie, you know, it's almost always a possibility. And today was shaping up to be a pretty special day. So it's been a pretty tough, year, huh? Oh, you're gonna catch fish.
With this red tide, it's the worst I've ever seen. But we're catching fish. The red tide's kind of cleared up a little bit. The one good thing is it's kind of grouped up fish together. They're just, when you find the fish, they're eating. But there's just a lot of areas that don't have fish right now. And, you know, hopefully, you know, Mother Nature will fix itself and it'll take care of itself.
You know, some of the people that I've talked to that have fished here for 40, 50 years, that the good news is 2 years after a red tide, it's usually epic fishing.
Yeah.
Real Animals is brought to you by Quantum Fishing Reels, Mirror Lure, Strike King, Rolls Axle Trailers, Bull Bay Rods, combined with Tangle-free guides.
We had a beautiful morning this morning, light winds, the sun coming up over Boca Grande, absolutely incredible. Charlotte Harbor is just one of the most beautiful places on the earth. The fishery here is world class. Redfish, snook, trout, obviously the tarpon fishing here is world class. The offshore fishing, you know, red grouper, gag grouper, big mangrove snapper, permit fishing, it's just absolutely outstanding. Again, the red tide has been a little tough on this whole region this year, but the good news is, as you can see from some of the best in the business, how this fishery is going to bounce back, and as this water cleans up, it's going to be pretty good. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Mike's on again. Another redfish.
They like them pinfish, Daddy-O. Boy, coming at me doing 80. The sun's not even up yet. Rocking and rolling on redfish with the Oz, man. How good is that? Ooh. Oh, the sound of the quantum, baby. Well, these fish got energy, Oz.
Oh yeah. Early in the morning, a lot of oxygen in the water.
They got a lot of energy, boy.
I just heard one feed way back in there.
On the tide's high like this, there's plenty of room. Woo-hoo.
You hear him back in there chasing stuff.
Dude.
I just saw one.
I can count on one hand the things that compare to catching redfish in the morning.
They're all good sized fish too.
Yeah, these are nice fish, boy. That's really good to see.
Nice.
I see Ozzy's up to his old tricks. He's gonna let me catch a couple and then he's gonna cut me off.
I felt bad about the last few shoots.
Here he goes.
Yeah. I'm a compassionate guy, you know.
Oh, you're all hard? Is that what
I'm
you're...
all heart, man. All heart.
Oh, there's nothing like fishing with the Oz guy.
No, that's an oversized fish.
Yeah, that one's a big one. Brawny. A little
Nice
drumming,
fish.
little drumming going on. Nice job, Oz.
There we go. Nice fish, Mike.
Pretty fish, boy. Look at that. Huh? This one's got a spot.
Yeah, it's like a regular redfish.
Yes, one spot on each side.
There we go. Ooh, that was a big snook. I'm on.
That took long. What you got, Oz?
Just a little red dog. Might have to put an artificial on in a second the way they're biting.
Right. Pinfish and pilchards both working this morning. That's a nice fish, Oz.
Nice redfish.
Allow me to help you this time. Boy, that's a good fish. Boy, they're fat too, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're being aggressive.
they're
Like I
eating.
said, they are eating.
They're thumping them. Big fish this morning. Big fish, healthy, big old backs on them. You know, even with that red tide down here, pushed a lot of fish to the backside of this bay, and guys like Ozzie Fisher, quality captains, get out and find them. South Seas Island Resort, alive and well. Fish are going crazy this morning. It's all good to see.
Real Animals is brought to you by Ray Marine, South Seas Island Resort, Gator Gems Tackle, closed captioning provided by Gator Ford.
You know, one of the nice parts about this time of year, you know, it's mid-September here in West Central Florida, and we've had a lot of rain, and that makes the water really tannic there in the backcountry, and it makes those redfish just bronze. I mean, when you think bronze bomber, September, October red fishing is what I think of, because that's when those fish have that beautiful color. The minute you set the hook, you see that bronze roll over, and you know you got a big redfish on. It's absolutely spectacular, one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Ooh, redfish,
Dude,
redfish.
it was crazy.
Did you see him chase that up?
That was crazy.
Reeled it out, he just thumped it.
Wow.
Thought I needed to recast.
Boy, what a morning redfish bite. Redfish for breakfast.
There you go.
Come here,
Thank
beast.
you, Mike.
Come here, beast. But that one is a stud. Look at that.
Nice.
How pretty is that, huh?
Get that pumpkin color this time of year in tannic water.
Woo. Thanks, job, Oz.
Oh. Thank the fish, not me.
Hey.
They're cooperating.
You know, what's really interesting is, you know, there's certain guys who guide for a living. They take people fishing for a living, and they're really good at it. And then there's guys like Ozzie Fisher, who lives to be on the water. He has to know what's going on day in and day out, even in the face of a terrible red tide, one of the worst we've seen here on the west coast of Florida. It just doesn't surprise me that Captain Ozzie Fisher would figure out where the fish went, how to catch them, what tide to catch them on. And just typical Ozzie Fisher. You know, his dad was a legendary guide here. His brother Nick is a great guide here as well. As I've said many, many times, Captain Ozzie Fisher is one of the best on the west coast of Florida. And when he calls me and says, you need to get here, the fish are chewing, we pack up the truck and we get rocking. Another red dog. These are a little different breed here. They're not quite as brawny.
Nice.
The other ones were like in the heavyweight division. These are more of your fitness redfish, a little leaner.
Nice.
You know it's a good morning when you look at this redfish and go, oh, look how little it is. You know, I think the good thing to see here, Ozzie, is that it's good to see that school of those big breeders, the oversized fish in here.
Yeah.
But it's good to see these smaller fish too, you know?
100%. And to be honest with you, Mike, we haven't had a lot of smaller fish like that, so that's a good sign.
Real Animals Tip of the Week is brought to you by Aqua Traction.
This week's tip of the week, guys, I want to introduce you to my very favorite product for this season, and it is definitely Aqua Traction Marine Flooring. You know, as soon as I got Aqua Traction Marine Flooring put in my boat, it changed everything. I'm on my boat all day, every day. I'm fishing tournaments, running charters, filming shows, and it takes a toll on my knees, my ankles, my back. With Aqua Traction Marine Flooring, all of that has changed. I'm here with Ben Fort. Ben's with Southern Tide Customs. He's my local Aqua Traction dealer. Ben's the guy that put all this in my boat, came out and measured it all, customized it to my 25 Contender Bay. Ben, tell me about the product because I'm absolutely blown away.
Aqua Traction is the most advanced marine flooring in the industry. We offer a 100% closed cell cross-link polyethylene foam, which it translates to it's more durable, more denser, holds up a lot better, easier to clean, way more stain resistant.
Right.
and we offer the fastest lead times from measure to install and the best warranty along with customer service on the market.
I knew that was one of the things I was really happy with was the lead time. Well, once we decided to do this, it didn't take very long from you getting to the boat to measure it to actually getting it in my boat. And I'm telling you, buddy, it made a world of difference. And I've been really blown away because I have fished kingfish, I have fished for sharks, we've had blood all over this thing. And when it first happened, I thought, there's no way all that blood is coming out of this thing. We took some simple green and a brush. It came right out. It's absolutely unbelievable. I've had this in my boat for 6, 8, 9 months now at least, and absolutely no issues. Totally blown away. Go to aquatraction.com for more information and a dealer near you. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. I will have Aquatraction in every boat I own from here on out, and I'm betting you will too.
Real Animals is brought to you by Maui Gym, Plantation on Crystal River, Pro Marine, Engel Coolers, Power Pole, CCA Florida and CCA Florida Star Tournament. The South Seas Island Resort on Captiva Island is a 330-acre wildlife preserve which spans 2.5 miles of pristine white sand beaches. Enjoy some of Florida's best fishing, from snook and tarpon to grouper and kingfish, or play a round of golf overlooking the crystal clear waters of the Gulf of Mexico. The Real Animals Fishing Show can't recommend a better island-style getaway than the South Seas Island Resort. This week's Tackle Box is brought to you by Cleanse Oil, America's original cleaner, lubricant, and protectant.
Hey gang, this week's Real Animals adventure, I got to use my favorite rod and reel combo. You know I love the Bull Bay rods. I love my Signature Series, the Real Animal Signature Series, and I love this little 15-pound setup. It's 7 foot 2 inches long. It's got a fast action tip on it. Perfect for doing what we did today. Live bait, super sensitive, just a great setup. Again, 10-pound braided line is all I was using. I don't go heavy whenever I can help it. If we're fishing heavy structure, today we were fishing along mangrove shorelines. You could have probably used a 15-pound braid. Luckily, we didn't have any fish break us off. But the other thing that's important is make sure you have a reel like this Quantum Smoke 30 that does a great job with its drag. You know, the drag on these reels is absolutely fantastic. Allows me to put just enough heat on these fish to turn their head away from the trees, get them out into open water, and then you can battle them out there real easy. We're only using a 25-pound fluorocarbon leader because a lot of the areas we fished today in Pine Island Sound, the water was pretty clean. So you want to make sure you downsize that leader so they don't see it. Really sharp hooks, really important. This is all I used today. We had some great bait that Ozzy caught this morning, some live pilchards and some pinfish. Went to battle with the Real Animals Signature Series, the Quantum Smoke 30, little 25-pound fluorocarbon and 10-pound braid. That's all you need to do exactly what we did today. Get yourself out there and catch some fish. One of the things that's become kind of a staple here on the west coast of Florida, you know, if you can get a live well full of pilchards like Ozzy did this morning, and you take the old chum bat and just get a few baits in the water. I call it like cheeseburgers falling from the sky. Kind of pulls those fish, especially on a day like today. You know, sometimes all those baits you're chumming and it just kind of gets them in the mood to eat. Well, we had a really high tide this morning. So the reason for chumming in this scenario was more to try to get some of those fish to come out of the trees. You know, they start to see the baits, they hear the splashing, they tend to pull out of the trees just a little bit, and on that high tide, make them fish just a little easier to catch.
There might be.
What'd you catch?
It might be a redfish. Big, got weight to it. Should hit the water. Might be it's a big fish. Go right up there.
I was gonna help you.
I think it's a redfish now. I thought it was a snook when it first hit. Giant redfish.
Big redfish. Well, we went looking for snook.
We're not looking for snook. We'll take it.
Look at that horse. Woo. I didn't get a
Sound
chance
is
to put
alive
bait.
and well.
I didn't even get a chance to put a bait in the water.
Oh, it hit the water, and before I clicked the bail, he ate it.
I'm not sure we're supposed to catch a snook today. It might just
It's
be
a good
one-
problem to have,
I was going to
Mike.
say, yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, as we were looking for the... Come here, pumpkin. Look at that monster. Look at the pretty gold color to that.
I'll take it.
Well, I guess so. Look at the shoulders. That thing that fish that wide across the back.
Redfish kind of day.
I guess so. I'll take that all day long.
Me too.
Look at that. Hey. Cool your jets, pumpkin. Cool your jets, pumpkin. You know, just another great day on the water with Capt Fisher. You know, I get excited every time I get to come and visit this place because you just never know what you're going to catch. You know, we've had great tarpon fish.